Welcome to Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. It's day 2 for GRIDLIFE Special Stage, and we're getting right into it this morning with the GRIDLIFE Rush Series. Kyle Heyer, joined by Jacob Gettins. Jackson Lambros is in the pit lane, and Jacob, welcome aboard. We don't have long because we've got cars in turn 11 right now, about to take us to the green flag.
That is how you start a racing day. You roll out of bed, you get your coffee in you, and then you head right to the track, and here they come, making turn 12 and getting ready for that green flag. So we're going to be right into racing action here for this Rush race, and we'll see. Wait for that flag to fly, and it is off.
Green flag, and we're underway for day 2 of GRIDLIFE Special Stage in the GRIDLIFE Rush Series. Side by side up towards the first corner. A little bit of contact there. A little bit of lockups. 3 wide, almost 4 wide there as we head up the hill.
Yeah, that was a bold move from pretty much everybody at the front of the pack. Thankfully, it looks like everyone's keeping it clean, not fishing anybody out of the grass in turn 1, which is a fantastic way to start off any race. And we'll catch back up with the leaders here to see anybody jockeying around. And as they start to fly through single file, we'll start to get a bit more of an idea on our running order.
Oh, watch the curbs at the exit of turn 5 there. 53 cars in the entry list this weekend. And now we'll run down to turn 6. This isn't really a passing opportunity, but Bryce Merceburger's going to make that run on Jordan Musser there. And side by side, Musser had a gearbox issue yesterday. They think they have it sorted.
Yeah, good to see that they got everything cleaned up with those vehicles. They are shockingly reliable, but obviously the harder you run these cars, the more likely it is that things are going to start failing, and everybody still clean through this section of the track. I mean, based on what we saw yesterday, the vast majority of this is going to come a bit later as the head of the pack will start to potentially bleed off in front of everybody else, and then we start to see where the drafting comes into play and the front runners really start to stretch their legs.
Down the long back straightaway here towards turn 10A. This is where things get really tricky. Side by each there. Look at Merceburger. Up to the outside of Jordan Musser, and full course yellow is out.
Oh, no. Must be someone near the back. Not seeing anything with our front runners at this point in time. And yeah, Musser getting squeezed out. He went for a couple of bold moves earlier this weekend, and unfortunately that left him fighting a couple of places further back. So we'll have to see if he wants to get that bold again. It seemed like he wanted to. Everyone else now starting to file down the hill and get a bit better of an idea on a running order right now. Ryan Leach holding that first spot with Blair Hosey behind him, James French, Bryce Merceburger, Jordan Musser, Ryerson Whistle, Ayrton Grimm, Elise Spezia, and Max Kraus with Trip Stout rounding at the top 10.
And they're really slowing down right at the top of the hill into 3, and there's some damage on a couple cars back there, but I think it was just a stack up. I thought there might be something at the top of the hill there.
Not looking clean from what I can see. But yeah, really, really slowing down. So I'm wondering if it's a little bit further back. We are seeing some smoke coming off. I didn't quite catch the number there. I thought it might have been to Giacomo, but not entirely sure. It might just be some rubbing, hopefully, on one of the tires.
So we're going to slow things down before they really get started here this morning.
511. They're really, really bringing them down now. Ooh, 404.
And that's the 404 there of
Dixon
Davenport, yeah. So fortunate for him to.
Must have get caught up, and it was Heath Pomeranz, it looks like, was the one that was smoking at the back of the 511 car. I thought it was a little bit further up in the pack, but we're still getting our coffee into us, so we're gonna do our best to keep you all informed on this one. So look like off into the kitty litter. Not an easy thing to get yourself out of. You can, if you catch it right and you keep the momentum going and you actually keep the wheel speed kind of down, you can almost float through it. But if you slow down and the wheel speed going too much, that's it.
If you're going sideways, you just dig in so much. If you go straight in, you kind of skate over the top of it, like you said. So that's the other critical piece.
Yeah, the art of trying to fly through gravel. So let's see, here's everybody now. We're even to keep the tires warm. We're still seeing some puffs of smoke out of a few different cars. It looks like we might have a few more that have done it. Let's double check here, catch that. Might still be the 511 Davenport. Everybody else keeping it clean, so they'll be able to fish that car. They usually have one of the recovery trucks right there in the what was Compression Canyon gravity cavity.
Yeah. Compression Canyon. I like
Canyon.
that. That's a great name
I think
for it.
I think there was a custom online track that had Compression Canyon. So maybe that's where I was pulling that from.
So under full course yellow here for first lap incident, the 404 Dixon Davenport stuck in the gravel. And I think that is our issue to start the day here. But we should get this cleaned up pretty quickly and still have the majority of our race left to go. And, well, that's...
I thought it was a driver.
I know. I thought
it was a driver for a second.
I know the light, but I didn't think they were that light.
Yeah, I would not, kind of day one of racing is don't get out of your vehicle unless it's on fire. But it's just one of the track workers with a great-looking matching fire suit and helmet. So with this many cars, we do see at least one car peeling off. But yeah, I mean, the possibility of body damage is pretty high when you've got this many vehicles ripping through the course. The law of averages. With 50-plus cars, the chance of incident is almost guaranteed, unfortunately. Thankfully, no major damage, it looks like, to anybody, but I assume coming through 10A just got a little bit squirrely or missed a bit of a braking zone, or, I mean, honestly, are just getting squeezed out. As much as this track is, it's a big track. There are some sections in here that are fairly narrow. And even for these little cars, you start stacking them 3 wide into a corner. That math don't math real quick.
So Ryan Leach is out front. I want to talk a little bit about the 4th place car, Bryce Mersberger. That's the points leader. Now, there is an interesting thing about the livery on the 114. He's got a red number board, and that's actually carried over from Supercross, where the active points leader carries a red number plate. So they're going to do that this year. Blair Hosey was talking to me about it, which is really neat.
I like that.
A little bit of extra designation that Mersberger is your current championship leader as we head into the second round of the season. Won 3 races at CMP.
Yeah, and he's going to need to really get back up into the lead of this to keep that points lead going with Leach and Hosey and French as well. In front of him, that's going to be tough. We already know that basically any of them are able to really run their own race. What I think is going to be interesting too is Musser, who I believe yesterday we spoke about, had a pretty illustrious karting career. He seems to be adapting to this quite well, although got a bit aggressive in race 1, and that's what pushed him back by quite a bit, because he was battling, I believe, for 3rd when we kind of lost sight of him going into 10A, and then it looked like he caught up with the back marker. So Musser is going to be really, really interesting on this restart. The whole pack's going to be really interesting on this restart. So I expect Mersberger to really, really want to push up, but Leach is so good at defending, as we've seen back in CMP. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. Hopefully we don't have too many more laps of pace car here.
Well, they brought out the claw, so we should be good to go here in just a minute's time. That's over at turn 7 again.
7. Okay.
And so that's an interesting spot to really have an off. The speeds down there are pretty slow. We talked about it in the track preview that it's the slowest corner on the racetrack, but it is the most important because it sets you up for that backstretch run. And that's why you don't really see a lot of passing down there, because if you make a pass attempt or you fail a pass attempt, you just kind of bottle yourself up for that run down the backstretch and leave yourself vulnerable to all the chaos behind you.
Yeah, I wonder if it might have been something like a brake failure or something along those lines. Just considering where it is, you say it's a slow corner, you're coming with a fair bit of speed, so that would be just a quick guess, but you never know. It's hard to say. Once again, with that many vehicles out on track, pretty much anything can happen.
And it looks like the safety crew is going to blow and shove the gravel off the racetrack. And I think we might have one more lap of yellow before we turn them back loose. But This race is scheduled to go until around 8:30. It's 8:18 local time here. We were in a delay yesterday. We really can't afford more of that today. So we got to just anticipate the greens and checkers being right on time.
Everyone's got to be in their best behavior today. So it's going to be tough for a Saturday morning.
And before we get back to green, we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back.
that go like ba da da, ba da da. Okay.
And back live at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta here for day 2 of GRIDLIFE Special Stage. Kyle Heyer, Jacob Gettins joining you for GRIDLIFE Rush Race 2. They're on track now. Got about 3/4 of a lap in. Full course yellow stalled us pretty early on. Lights are out on the safety car, though. That means we're going green in just a moment's time. And Jacob, when we go back green, single file restarts. And when the green flies, you can race. There's no rules about having to wait behind or anything. You can go as soon as the green flies. So here we go.
We'll see how this all plays out. So take a look. I mean, it's going to be really that top, I would say top 5 right now with Jordan Musser in the orange rush car. That's going to be that section I'm really, really keeping an eye on here. Obviously, we're keeping an eye on the lead, but all of them
green is out, and there was a lot of finagling back there, 3 across as they came down through turn 12. And this is what race control will be watching very closely. Did anybody jump that restart? That will draw you a penalty through turn 1. And it's still Leach out front, Hosey behind, French in 3rd, and then look who's 4th, Jordan Musser, who almost had the lead yesterday before the gearbox problem.
Yeah, so it looks like he got a bit of a jump there on Merceberger, and then we already got smoke again in the trailing, and it looks like that has smoked out quite a lot coming over into the top of that into the top of the S's. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully that doesn't lead to a yellow. That driver's, fingers crossed, able to get off the racing line and not create any more issues. And I think we were looking at that at Ayrton Grimm. Very noticeable livery, which I like.
Yeah,
we need more of those.
Very easy to spot. Yeah, purple and orange, number 121. Into turn 7, this was our trouble corner on the opening lap. And everyone's single file here, except a little further back in the field. A couple drivers sidebar to sidebar there.
Yeah, really stepping out. Really don't want to get over too far into those rumble strips. That can kind of, I wouldn't say a weekend ender, but it is definitely going to increase your bill at the chiropractor, that's for sure.
Yeah, those are hard to accelerate on. They're pretty tall, so you kind of split the differential over those things. They don't really seem to like it very much. But down this long back stretch, 130 plus miles an hour in the slipstream here for the rush cars, and then hard on the brakes into 10A. This is your best passing opportunity. And yesterday, Hosey really didn't have a lot of competition for the race lead, but he does now. As we watch this battle a bit deeper in the field, the leaders are very, very tight as we head to turn 1. Look at Leach on defense here. Hosey, French. Look at Hosey to the inside.
He had a really good look at it. I mean, he had to get on the brakes a little bit earlier, especially if Leach was going to come back across. So Hosey thought about it, but I mean, if anything, it's put Leach on notice that Hosey he wants to get this pass done early. Once again, when you've got a big field like this, anything can happen in the back of the pack. You need to get these passes done as early as you can in the race. There's no point in trying to wait this out. It's not worth it in this case. So I think Hosey's starting to feel that pressure, but he's not letting Leach go anywhere. James French not really having too much of a battle with Jordan Musser. Interesting to see that Musser did pick up a spot on that restart. I would say if there's going to be some looks at what happened on the restart, unfortunately he might be the eye of that.
Is it true that we have a white flag? That is my next question, because it must be. I see a white flag at the start stand. This is going to be the last lap of this race. That seems early to me here, Jacob.
Yeah, we're sitting at 8:24 local time, so I thought we had a couple more minutes, but maybe they want to keep things rolling.
Yeah, that's my question. I'm genuinely surprised about that, but here we go. Here comes Blair Hosey down the backstretch for the lead on Ryan Leach into 10A contact.
Whoa.
And Hosey pulls ahead. Watch French in the 191. He's going to cross him over and try to steal it. Here they come up the hill. Final time to turn 12. Hosey picks the pocket, Jacob.
This is going to be absolutely huge, and now we're seeing French really fighting for it. I mean, Leach getting pushed all the way back to 3rd. Musser looks like he's going to hold on to 4th. He tries the slingshot at the end, but wow. Hands out the window. There was that's how you do it. That's that. It seemed clean. It was very close to not clean, but it seemed clean.
Honestly, that was fair passing there. Leach did everything he could to defend. A little bit of touching, but Hosey went for it and took it and stole it. Job well done there. Wow. The white flag, I think, caught everybody by surprise. Again, we have a couple more minutes, but The next session starts at 8:30, so that's why they're trying to keep on schedule as best as possible. But Hosey took the 2 or 3 laps that he had, and he did everything he needed to do to steal that from James French and Ryan Leach. French actually beat Ryan Leach to the checkers for second.
Oh wow! Yeah, it was pretty crazy there how that whole series of events happened. I mean, it really started off diving down into 10, and then it was just a kind of a mad dash from there of everyone trying to just hold their line. So, wow, what a finish!
So the other thing to note, Jordan Musser, best lap of the race.
Yeah,
that should put him on pole for race 3 later today.
Right, because this session is all about timing, not about placement.
All right, let's have a look at the race results here in a short, brief, and intense race at the front of the field. Blair Hosey.
We do have recovery truck out. Maybe that was part of it. So we had a car off track. They wanted to get this wrapped up, get that car off track, and then move into the next part of it.
And there's a look at the Rush Series results for race number 2. Blair Hosey, James French, Ryan Leach. The Jordan Musser and Bryce Mersberger are your top 5. Notably, Mersberger, 5th place points isn't going to do it when your championship rivals are up in the top 3.
Yeah, Ryerson, Whistle, Erickson, Grimm, Spezia, Kraus, and Stout are wrapping up your top 10.
Then looking down the rest of the field, Andy Volkel, Keegan Bosch, nice run there. His first event with us this weekend. Ryan Kircher is up a long ways from the beginning of the weekend. Jason Ayler in 17th. Kyle Melnick continues to move his way forward. And Gabriel Nitre, again, issues in qualifying, has had a decent weekend so far.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble there within our, I would say, the latter half of our top 20. Anderson, Saldana, Ahmed, Spence, Carroll, Reed, Morgan, Quayne. I know it's not.
Chan.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Markert and Bourne wrapping up the top 30.
And looking down the rest of the field here in this 50-plus car grid. Jeff Gordon in the number 54, Azabeth Muhammad in the 50 car, then Kelsey Anderson, Sanders Campo, Ryan Anderson, then Hardesty, Dorrance, Paul Duff, and Tom Kirsting, the rest of your top 40.
I'd like to put Jeffrey Gordon.
Jeffrey Gordon,
yeah,
yes.
Thank you. Just for clarification.
Yes, Isaac Nolan, Paul Click in the 71, then Dalton Snedden, Jacques Desjardins, Heath Pomerantz, Matt Wilson, Lee Keller, Justin Kelly, and Dixon Davenport was the trouble car on the opening lap. He will finish in P49 for this one. Wow.
Fun one.
Fun one. Well,
yep. I'm ready to go now.
Well, we're ready to go as well. GRIDLIFE Rush Series Race 2 complete. Here's a look at the highlights. And at the start, side by side here. And Ryan Leach got off to a great start and tried not to look back, but that early full course yellow really put us for a halt. Yeah,
he really wanted to get his legs stretched at that point in time. And there you see the thumbs up, which is fantastic, but some bold moves. I mean, Mercer there Messer trying to make these moves really early. And again, it kind of bit him. He has the aggression to go for it. He's obviously got the skill for it. It just seems to be the timing hasn't worked out for him when he goes for these big passes.
Then obviously the yellow flag and got everyone racked up, stacked up to go again. And on the restart, single file restart, you see Leach just go to defense immediately, and then Blair Hosey tried to get around him there. And watch back here. This is what we're talking about. If anyone went before the green there, that is a penalty. But that's going to be for race control to figure out. There's onboard video on all these cars, and the broadcast footage will help as well. But down the hill, in pursuit, it was French in third, then Hosey in second, all drawing eyes to the rear bumper of that number 56. Here's the move for the win, Jacob.
Oh, man, the undercut, taking the inside, just getting a little bit later on the brakes. And, I would say that if there was contact, it was the slightest little bit of contact. But, did a great job of making that dive down the inside. And this is where things get a little bit crazy as well. Just at that last second, a bit of a pass as the checkered flag comes out. Fun finish. It's I'm sure they were all a bit shocked when they saw the white flag out, and then that spikes the old adrenaline, and you've only got 12 turns to get it done at that point in time.
Well, a lot of fun. GRIDLIFE Rush Series Race 2 from Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta is complete.